In 1974, Professor Erno Rubik wasn't trying to invent a toy. He was teaching architecture in a Budapest university, and he needed a hands-on model to show his students how complex shapes could move in 3 dimensions without falling apart. So he built a little wooden and plastic cube, no name to it. It was just a teaching tool. But then something funny happened. Rubik scrambled the cube, and while he tried to solve the problem, he couldn't. Days passed, weeks passed, and in fact it took him over a month to get the sides back to its original shape. And that's when he had an aha moment, the creative spark, the realization that this wasn't just a classroom teaching aid, it was a puzzle. So he decided to test it out as a toy. He approached a small Hungarian toy company, and they agreed to produce 10,000 units of these cubes, which they called the magic cubes. And to everyone's surprise, they sold out almost instantly. Clearly, this was more than a teaching aid. Rubik then tried to expand it to a broader community. He pitched the idea to larger toy companies. Most of them turned him down. It was too hard, too strange, too niche. But finally, in 1979, Ideal Toys in New York said yes and rebranded it the Rubik's Cube. The new name sounded scientific, mysterious, and a bit distinctive. And overnight, the world went crazy. By the early 1980s, more than 100 million cubes had been sold worldwide. Stores couldn't keep up with the demand. But then, just as quickly as the craze began, it collapsed. And by 1983, newspapers declared the Rubik's Cube dead, a 1980s fad. For almost 2 decades, the cube faded from view until the year 2000. The internet then gave it a new life, a rebirth. Online communities shared solving methods, new improved cubes were designed, and speed cubing competitions spread worldwide. Annual sales skyrocketed to 15 million units a year globally, and in the US jumped to over 3 million units a year. So here's the takeaway. The world's best-selling puzzle, rejected by many toy companies, dismissed as too hard to solve, yet today is a global icon. Maybe the life lesson is this: if you believe in your creative idea, don't give it up. Knock on doors until you find the right partner, because sometimes what starts out as a humble classroom teaching aid can change the world.